If you're a current user of Mothernode CRM's Enterprise Edition, then you already know how convenient orders can be when managing a project. You can have one order with all of the transactions and files associated with that order available and accessible directly from the order screen. For instance, we can see all the invoices that were generated from the order, we can see the original quote, we can also see files, any of the sent documents, work orders, purchase orders, and so on. But what happens when we have a larger project that have multiple orders and we have to keep track of everything that's taking place within these orders, and how can we do that in one simple screen? We'll be talking about projects in Mothernode CRM. So let's think of the projects screen as different folders that we've set up for different projects that we have with different customers. So this is going to help us keep everything that we're doing for a specific project or customer in one convenient location. So I can find this over here underneath orders and then projects. When I click on that, you'll come to an empty list if you have no projects, but in this case I've set up a couple here and I'm going to start with a brand new one. So what I'd like to do is begin a new project, give it a name, so what I want to do is tie this to a particular customer. Now, you can start the project first and then tie the records to it after the fact, or you can take existing records and tie them to a new project that you're making. Okay, just note one thing. You cannot have records in multiple projects. Each record is tied to a single project. Okay, so that would be one order per project. You can't have an order tied to multiple projects. All right, so in this case, I want to use the customer Banana Park. This is something that we're dealing with. And here I can assign who the main sales account and project manager is going to be here. So I'm going to go over here and say Cindy Johnson, and then I'll say Allison Honeycutt, and then I'll go save. Now we've created the project. So what's happened here is that it brings in all of the customer account information into the project, and it looks similar to a customer account as well as a lead and an opportunity and contact record. So you should be familiar with this format already. We can see that we also have the event screen down the side, so anything that we're journaling of activities that are taking place with this project. We have our calendar information. We also have any notes that we're making along the way and how we can be collaborating internally with folks, making notes, giving updates, status updates, and so on and so forth, okay? We have all the contacts over here that are included with this particular account, and of course, like with our customers and contacts, we can add more people from different areas. Down below, we have a list of really important transactions and documents that we want to have included with this particular project. So we can see all of the transactions that are taking place, the quotes, the orders, the invoices, and the POs, and so on. We have calendar information, we have tasks that are created for this particular project. Any notes that are in those transactions or any notes that you want to make here will be available and all accessible from one place, so that's really great. And then of course the history tab, which we'll get into. But first what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start adding some records to a project. So let's go over here to the orders and we'll start with that. And the reason why I'm starting with orders is because I already have an order in place, and then I'm going to show you some information or some ways that it'll automatically pull in all the associated records with those orders at the same time, and it's a very simple process. Okay, one thing to note before we get started. We have to make a project for the customer in order for their related transactions to be tied to that project. If no project exists for the customer, then this means that we cannot tie any of their transactions to a project. Over here, let's take a look. Banana Park is the one that we just made a project for this particular customer. So when I open up the transaction for them, you can see that I have a section up here that says project, and it names the project that this particular order is a part of. I can change that by clicking change and then selecting any one of their projects down below, including filing it to no project at all, okay? So in this instance over here, you can even see project number 10 is the one that I have here for the 2020 projects for BP, okay? Now, let's take a look at another order. This one over here is a company called Mothernode CRM, and when I open up their orders, I do not have a project option available to me because no projects were ever created for this customer, okay? So now that we know this, we can look for some orders for Banana Park and now start tying these to a particular project that we've been working on, all right? So I'm gonna go back to show all, All right, so let's start by adding our first order to a project in this case. So I'm going to look for one of my orders over here, 162, and let's take a look at this order in detail. It's an order for $91,000 and it has quite a bit of activity with it. So in this we have two purchase orders, we have one task, there's been a deposit that's been made, deposit received, files, and so on. So if we look at the history here, we can see everything that is involved with this. The shipping information for this order, there's been 3 shipments, packing slips, 3 invoices, again, the deposit invoice, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of activity with this order. Now again, like I said in the very beginning, if this order is by itself, it's great to have this all in one spot. You can get this from the order, but when we have projects that consist of multiple orders, it would be nice to have all of this information located in one place, and that's what we're going to do. So the first thing I want to call out is that at the top here we can see that we have the project, because this Banana Park customer does have projects assigned to it or made available for it. So in this case here, I can see 3, and the one that I want to add it to is going to be the 2020 projects for BP. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so let me just go ahead and apply that. All right, perfect. Now we're going to go back over here and we're going to take a look at the projects module. And then we're going to click on this project, the one that we just added this to, and now this order has been added to it and it's affecting the numbers across the top. We can see the total value for quotes, orders, purchase orders, work orders, invoices, deposits received, as well as anything that's been uninvoiced. At this point, this has been complete. We can see that by the uninvoiced amount. Down below, we have all of the files and transactions that were a part of that particular order now available here. So I can see here that here's the original quote, here's the order, the 3 invoices, and so on and so forth. We can also see any tasks that were associated with this particular project that came in from the order. We also have the files that were part of that order, etc., and then of course the notes. Now, the whole purpose of the project folder is to accumulate more order activity for different orders, different information that are part of this project, and bring that in. So let's go back over here and click on the orders again. And what I'll do is I'll just focus on searching for another Banana Park order that we can go ahead and add. So Banana Park orders, the ones that I have right over here. I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to grab this one for, let's see, $17,000. Let's take this one over here. All right, not so much a lot of information. This one has not been invoiced yet, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and add it anyways. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the project information, add this one to the same project, click apply. And then once again, I'm going to go back over here to the projects folder and I'll open up this one again. And now you can see the numbers have actually changed. Okay, so I still only have 1 quote, so there was no original quote for this particular order. But now I do have 2 orders, okay, and I do have 2 tasks. And again, whatever can accumulate will, okay? So in this case over here, my ship install went from 3 to 4. Okay, and now so I have this over here where you can see that this is gone from 3 to 4. The order numbers are different. Okay, so I can see here these 3 are from the 162. This is one from the 153. All right, so just one more time, let's do it again. I'm going to go over here to orders, and I can do this, by the way, at any portion of the transaction. If I want to go to the invoice, grab an invoice for Banana Park that has different orders from it, that will also bring in the orders that are associated for that invoice within the actual project itself, okay? And then I will look for another Banana Park one. Let me just go to page 2. I have one here for 53 or 58,000 and change the project to this. Click apply. All right, great. Now I just click on the project here. It'll take me directly there. Now you can see in this case that order did have a quote, so I have 2 quotes. Now I have the 3 orders, and now my shipping, for instance, has gone to 5. Okay, and so I have another ship install. This one had no reference over here, and then over here I have more invoices. Okay, so all of this is coming together now nicely, so I can see all the activity that's taking place. This one has even been synced to QuickBooks, as you can see. Okay, so that is the easy way to manage all your projects in one spot. Hopefully this helps you out when you're managing larger projects and you want to see everything together in one place. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos like this one are available. And be sure to check us out on the web at mothernode.com. If you have any questions about how Mothernode can work for your business, visit us at www.mothernode.com. Find more videos on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Mothernode, or call us at 800-928-6055. Thanks for watching.